Sentinels of the Multiverse, and it's time for the price of victory. The mad scientist gloated maniacally as his toxic regression serum worked to its agonizing effects on the stricken heroes. Can you feel that, Mr. Parsons? That feeling is the inevitability of your death. Legacy could only feel a sense of impending doom, but he knew things were going to get worse before they got better. The Baron was now shouting about the entire planet groveling at his feet. Paul Parsons gritted his teeth and forced his unwilling body to rise. No more, Blade. Your injustices end here. So, we're in Megalopolis. Against Baron Blade, we have Legacy, Haka, Visionary, and Fanatic. So this is your base set challenge of the month, approximately. And we actually get to use Legacy, who very rarely comes up because of how strong he can be. Now, I did put off doing this as long as I could, but here we are. And the thing about Baron Blade that you just have to keep in mind is, for his first phase, it's pretty much a race to deal a certain amount of damage to get him to flip before he gets his cards in the trash. So that's why we have Haka and Fanatic here, since they can actually work with Galvanize to bring him down. Now, as for how this is going to start, if you want clues, all you have to do is read the text here. Toxic Regression Serum. The other clue is Sense of Impending Doom. So if you can't understand that, he's going to start with a pair of Haste and Doom cards, and then he's going to play the Price of Victory. So let's begin. Now, on account of Megalopolis, you do have to be a little careful with Fanatic. Or not Fanatic, Visionary. At last, the destruction of my greatest foe is at hand. Legacy shall fall. Stand down, Baron. The price of your hatred should not be the entire planet. Onward. So in the event you're actually not familiar with Baron Blade, despite him being the first guy you're taught how to fight, he starts on this side up with his Impulsion Beam going. So the Impulsion Beam is supposed to be pulling the moon down onto the Earth. And I'll explain that in a second, but when you start play, he will play the mobile defense platform, and supposedly it shuffles the deck. I don't know if that means his cards are going to be random beyond those three, or what exactly. It's just... maybe this is meant for a tabletop rather than digital. So at the start of the villain turn, if there are 15 or more cards in the trash, the Impulsion Beam activates, the moon goes into Earth, game over, hence why the skull and crossbones are here. So you have to race before he hits those 15 cards, and then once you knock his hit points out, that's what causes him to flip to this side, where he will actually start to attack. So villain trash is reset into the deck, the mobile defense platforms are put in the trash, and then he'll attack you every turn. Important thing to know is that he only attacks the highest guy, and he does hero amount damage. And of course, he's Legacy's nemesis. In retrospect, I never really understood what this thing on his chest was supposed to be. Like, I don't get it. Is it supposed to be like a lantern or something, or... But anyway, your starting hands, you have Backfist Strike, a pair of lead from the fronts, because if you don't know how I should probably show that first. So he's going to start with his Haste and Dooms. So he deals each hero 2 toxic damage, plays the top card, which is going to be another one, and then his third card is going to be Consider the Price of Victory. Everyone has to sack 1 card, they take sonic damage, and then he discards based off of how many cards we discarded. So every character needs to have 1 throwaway card in their hand. In the case of Legacy, this is lead from the front. If you actually play this, he's going to go down pretty quickly due to the Nemesis bonus, so I do not recommend it. As for Legacy's flip side, to be honest, I rarely have him like this, so I'm not entirely sure. He mitigates the environment, that's kind of neat. Otherwise, it's kind of lackluster. For Haka, you have Dominion, which can give you card draws, but we're going to start with the Taiha, or whatever this is supposed to be, because you need to take down that defense platform ASAP. Now, the other reason why Dominion is kind of important here is it's going to help us go with card draws. There are going to be environment effects that stop us from drawing because Megalopolis is a sucky place to fight. For Visionary, we have a bunch of different cards here. I recommend sacking the Telekinetic Cocoon to start with, but for her, the key thing is you want to make sure you have cards in play that give you powers to use on turns where you can't actually draw cards, you may not have something to play. You might understand what I'm getting at later. For Fanatic, you start off with Absolution, which is kind of nice, but if Legacy's on the field, you can actually deal an equal amount of damage here. The one reason why you would want to play Absolution is if you play Smite the Transgressor, because you can double your damage. And by the way, we're going to sack Divine Focus with her. So that puts you up to speed on everything. We can finally begin. Mobile Defense Platform comes out, makes him immune to damage. Here comes the Hasten Doom. So 2 damage across the board, unless you're Legacy, in which case you take 3. Followed by another Hasten Doom, which is the same case. And then consider the price of victory. So we're going to sack Lead from the front. Haka Battle. Telekinetic Cocoon. And Divine Focus. And 2 sonic damage across the board. And you can see he's halfway to using his Impulsion Beam, so we have that little amount of time to flip him. So I want to do Surge of Strength so that I can follow up with a more powerful Back Fist Strike next turn. And we are going to Galvanize to boost our allies' damage. So we have a Flying Smash, which we can use if the environment fields something dangerous. We're going to use Taya. And the reason why I recommend this, even though you can't hit the Baron, is simply because it deals 1 more damage than his base power. Savage Mana is helpful for putting his devices under your, well, his devices and minions under your Savage Mana card to stop the Impulsion Beam. So I could do Psychic Manifestation here, but I'm going to do Mass Levitation. Actually, do I even need to do this? It would help against the Plummeting Monorail, I guess. Actually, yeah, you know what? Let's just play Mental Divergence. So, someone draws 2, discards 1. I think Visionary is good for cards. Let's have Legacy draw. Superhuman Durability, Fortitude. I'm going to sack Lead from the front because it's not a good card when the Baron's in play. By the way, he's going to pull his Ongoing Destruction. I think it's this one. Actually, yeah, it's this card. So you don't want to get too many ongoings out just yet. So it's up to you on what you want to use. In the event you can Galvanize and use Inspiring Presence, then her base power is actually going to deal more than Absolution. It'll deal 6 compared to 5. So right here we can't draw. He heals. And I actually could have destroyed that with Fanatic, but oh, it doesn't really matter because we can play Flying Smash. So we're going to hit this first. Surge of Strength gives us more damage, then we can hit the Baron for 5 because of the Nemesis bonus. Then we can hit the Traffic Pylon. So right here, I can play Dominion. Yeah, I'll just absorb the damage, I don't care. Then we'll hit this, and we'll hit him. So here we can use the Psychic Manifestation. We'll hit this to kill it. Doing so will actually give Haka his card drawback, which is just a Tomogo. Then we hit the Baron. And for Legacy, I could throw away the Superhuman Durability, I want to say. This wouldn't be bad to play if I wanted to reduce the damage when he plays that one card, but as is, it's not really a big deal. And with this out of the way, then I am free to have players draw. So I'm going to give Legacy 2 more cards because I want Inspiring Presence. Let's get rid of Durability. We got Rust the Mind. That can be helpful for dealing with some of the environments. So I have choices here. I can play this for healing and just a little bit of chip damage, or I can play this to take out a good portion of him. And just in the interest of time, let's go ahead and hit him with this. Now I get to use 2 powers this turn. So we're going to hit him with Radiant damage for 4, and then we'll use our base power for 4. Got a Sanctifying Strike. I'll probably be using that for the turns to come. Plummeting Monorail. Need to find a way to kill that with splash damage. So right there he has his Redistributor, which we're going to flat out ignore. So, I don't want to play Ongoings. I think his next card is going to be the Ongoing Destruction, so I want to try to take him down and potentially get his deck to shuffle. I can do this. Punch him in the face for 6. And I actually might be able to flip him this turn. There we go, Inspiring Presence. Now, Savage Mana I don't see helping me, so I'm going to play Tomoko. I can destroy it if need be. And I'm more concerned about the monorail than Baron, to be honest. Let's see, this hits the highest HP, right? Yeah, okay, we're going to rest the mind on the monorail. I want some cards here on Visionary. I can use the decoy. Cerebral Hemorrhage, we don't need another one of these. Oh man, he's gonna survive with 1 hit point here, I think. Or no, the environment's gonna flip him. So right here I need to hit the environment. It may seem like a weird way of doing things, but there's a method to the madness. So right here we want Fanatic to be the first one to take the damage. We are going to rest the mind to send this into Blitz Blade. That causes him to flip. Now rest the mind's burn. Kills this, and then the card is destroyed before Fanatic takes before Visionary takes damage. So we avoided burning ourselves with that. So we got some police backup from the Baron. Damage plus 4, that's not too bad. So I wish to use Inspiring Presence, it's going to give us a little bit of a heal. And then I'm going to get Motivational Charge out if this lasts any longer. So I could do Vitality Surge here for healing. For Savage Mana, I'm not going to kill anything, so I think I'd rather get some cards and maybe get a Haka battle or something. So I got a Dominion. So let's go ahead and whack this. And then we're going to hit the Baron. Got Elbow Smash, which is helpful. So you can use Brain Burn as a last-ditch effort to... I'll pull this up so you can read it. Actually, I wonder, if I were to play this, would it actually pull the the platforms, out of his trash? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually played Blitz Blade enough to know that. But basically, this allows you to take their trash, put it back in their deck, buying a few more turns, at the cost of dealing damage to Visionary 1 point for every card moved. So it's a very painful thing, but it could be what you're looking for. So we can play Cerebral Hemorrhage here. That will kill this. Now we want to chip this a little bit. And the only reason we're doing that at all is because we are still going to hit the Baron. He's the prime target here. So right here we can have Visionary draw 2 because I'm looking for an offensive card or 2. We're going to sack Brain Burn because we don't need it anymore. Twist the Ether, kind of nice, but it would have helped. Actually, I don't know if it would have helped earlier. So you can use Chastise if you wanted to silence this for some reason, but there's no need to. Let's play Sanctifying Strike, we're going to hit this. And now, since Galvanize and Inspiring Presence are on the field, we are going to use her base power. As I said earlier, it's going to deal 3 for each hit, compared to 5 for Absolution. Now we got Smite the Transgressor, so he's going down next turn no matter what. Pending Casualty, we can throw away a card somewhere. I think Fanatic can burn Prayer of Desperation. Gives Haka a card draw, he got Enduring Intercession. Blade Battalion. They're gonna hit Haka. Oh no, they're hitting Fanatic. Without Dauntless, I don't reduce that in any way, shape, or form. So... let's see, he's going down no matter what. I'm going to play Fortitude just because. I'd rather Galvanize and just boost my teammates' damage. They're going to hurt a little bit more. So right here, we can toss... we'll play Elbow Smash and just end it right here and now. Since I don't like the Blade Battalion, let's whack them. And let's subdue the Baron. And it's really that easy. You can see everyone's very healthy and we never lost control of the match. The only difficult part about fighting Baron Blade, I'd say, is if he does the ongoing equipment destruction early on, and you don't actually have a team that can deal damage themselves fairly early. Basically, someone like Wraith, Argent Adept, guys who need time to set up, they could have a little bit of trouble with him, but scenarios like this, pretty easy win. So, another mint in our collection, and a much faster one than our norm, I'd say. But without any new variants added or anything, I don't have anything else to talk about, so I'll wrap it up here.